The problem with some of the Beatitudes is that they can appear to be a manifesto for doormats. Blessed are the meek, for they will never cease to be stepped on. Indeed, Christians sometimes have the reputation of being a bit wet, so soft that it's amazing they can stand up at all. This is not, I think, what Jesus meant here. Part of the problem is the word meek, which is now in the English language a much less complimentary word than it was when it was used in the King James Version. The word meek evokes in my mind the image of a little mouse, terrified at the big world around, that stands just outside its hole, looking at the world with big eyes and quivering with fear. Actually, the Greek word could be better translated as gentle, kind, or humble, which might give us a better initial understanding of what Jesus meant. Blessed are those who don't fight for their own rights. Blessed are those who treat others with gentleness and humility. But we can only really understand what Jesus meant when we read the two Beatitudes for this session together. Blessed are the meek, and blessed are those who hunger and thirst for what is right. This phrase concerning hungering and thirsting for what is right is counterintuitive. Hungering and thirsting is a natural part of being human and what our bodies do. When we need to eat, we hunger. When we need a drink, we thirst. We have little control over these sensations, but they are what cause us to look after ourselves, to care for our bodies. When Jesus says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for what is right," he is saying that we should seek for what is right with as much zeal and concentration as when we are driven to look for food when we are hungry or drink when we are thirsty. We should allow ourselves to be driven with a desire that is primal and almost beyond our control, not for our own welfare, but for the welfare of others. This is a good example of seeing the Beatitudes as a whole and not picking between them. When we read these two together, it becomes clear that they belong together. Jesus is saying that blessedness lies not in fighting for yourself and your own needs, but for others and what they most need. St. Paul had the same idea when he said, "Let each of you look not to your own interests, but to the interests of others."